G'day YouTube, Dishy here. I've been tagged for the 5 things every prepper should have. Now obviously with everything that's been going on with all our floods and cyclones and everything else that we've been hit with, and now also with the massive earthquake that's hit New Zealand in the town of Christchurch, it's sort of really struck home what you really need to have prepared for the natural disasters of these worlds. Obviously this will be more focused on natural disasters rather than roll or government collapse and things like that, which I personally believe natural disasters will be way more common than government collapse or anything like that at the moment. Basically, first off is going to be mindset. It's been covered by a lot of the other people that have been tagged, but it is probably the #1 most important thing you can have, is the choice to prepare yourself and the mindset that, okay, this is going to happen, how do I need to prepare for it, and to stay cool, to stay calm, collected, and be focused on what you need to do to get through the situation. I'll just get that out of the way for the moment, because to me, from all these things that have been going on with the natural disasters, one of the #1 things that everybody seems to be short of, and I'll try and cover this as quick as I can, is water. That is the biggest problem over in New Zealand at the moment, is that the lack of water. So we need water, you need food, okay, tinned food, because 80% of the affected area, including up in Queensland and everything else, don't have power or water, running water. So food and water, that's definitely on the list there. The other thing that's really sort of come home is hygiene, which is going to be represented by the toilet paper here. In New Zealand especially at the moment, and again through Brisbane and everything else with all the damage that occurred, the sewage systems are completely stuffed, completely fucked up. They're basically asking everybody over in New Zealand and that not to flush toilets, to go out into their yard, dig a hole, take care of their business there. With a decent natural disaster, your basic comforts, I suppose, if you like, they're going out the window. So hygiene, toilet paper, water, food, mindset. Another very important item that's definitely required, again, without your comforts of power and water, lighting. You've got to have lighting. Once it gets dark, you ain't going to have much to do, and it's not much fun stumbling around your house in the dark. That's definitely on there. Along with the lighting, sort of getting into your dark times and everything else, is you need to have something to keep yourself entertained, especially if you've got children. I've seen Crockett's video and Campfire Talk where they cover that games and things like that. I think that is, especially if you've got kids, that is vital. You definitely need to have something to keep your kids entertained and yourselves, because it might not be just a couple of day thing. This could be weeks, months, well, definitely, maybe not months, but definitely weeks of no power, no water, no computers, no PlayStations, Xboxes, any of that sort of crap. So you've got to have something to keep yourself entertained. So books, board games, things like that, definitely. The other thing that I would have on my list, and I think is very important, is communications from the outside world. So a radio, and hopefully a global mobile, not necessarily a local area network one, which this one is, as well as being global. But being able to communicate, that's another thing that's coming through in a big way, is being able to communicate with friends and family, not just within the local area but around the world. Communication, I mean, governments and rescue workers and everything else will be putting messages and broadcasts and everything else out over radio. So battery operated, obviously, to go with all this gear. I mean, this is just your basic fire. I mean, obviously you're going to need batteries and heating and all the rest of it. But that's my things every prepper should have. So mindset, that's #1. So mindset's #1. And then you've got to have water, which I say is vital, and that's really coming through with the latest disasters that hit Australia and New Zealand, is people's inability to get hold of fresh water. Food obviously is included in that as well. Lighting, hygiene, got to have hygiene, otherwise you're going to get sick, and that's not going to be good if you're in a natural disaster or roll situation, getting sick from bad hygiene. Lighting, heat, entertainment, and unfortunately I have to throw this in the list. It's occurred up in the flooded areas, and it's also occurred over in New Zealand with the earthquake, is looting. So you are going to have some form of ability to defend yourself or ward off or intimidate anyone that wants to break into your house at the stage. But that's my list of things every prepper should have. Basic overview, very quick. Anyway guys, I'll be passing on the tag, and best wishes to everyone. My thoughts and prayers are with our New Zealand brothers and sisters, and we'll catch us all later. See yous.